Good morning, friends. How you doing today? Welcome to Akulmach Live, and I'm your host Chandrakant. I meet you every day and discuss about the business issue. By the way, we are live across all social media platforms, and you can join with your mic and camera and have a discussion with me live right now, right here. All lines are open. Process for joining the live debate, live discussion is given in the description below. You can join me live right now. All lines are open. I am waiting for you. All right. Today's subject is about getting feedback from the client about your niche area, which is the sweet spot. And your niche area, your expertise is very important for everybody to know, because that will propel your business, your company forward. So by the way, there are many steps involved in creating your niche, your strong point, your branding, because if you don't have a niche, your branding will also suffer. So in order to create your niche area in a very systematic manner, join me in this webinar, which is coming up this Friday between 4 to 5 p.m. India time. The link for joining this webinar is given in the description below. Click on the link, join me live. I will tell you exactly how you can create your niche in a step-by-step manner, and all areas will be covered. Reserve your seat. Link is given in the description below. All right, let's move forward. So in this video, we are talking about how can you create niche which makes any sense for the client. So your strong point, your expertise has to make sense for the client, because they are the main custodian. They are the main custodian of your brand. Whatever expertise, your strong points, your niche areas, your sweet spots that are there, it will be of some meaning if you have your clients liking you. So if your clients does not like you, then your niche will have little meaning in terms of propelling your business forward. And therefore, from the client's point of view, how you can create your niche, or how can you modify your niche so that your client starts to like. Friends, this is very important, because if your niche area is not liked by the client, then over time your brand value will erode. Many people who are actually your paying clients, paying customers, may not like it, and they would like to move to other players whom they start liking. So making sure that your strong points are highlighted more and more in the minds of the client is very important. Now, the perception that you create about your expertise in the mind of client could be direct, or could be an inception, could be indirect. It's like creating some sort of a policy framework, where overall the picture that you're presenting to your client from your company is making sure that they are satisfied. Now let me take an example of for any business. Let's say if there is a hospital, if there are hospitals who are providing treatment. Now you would say that, okay, this doctor is very good, or this hospital is very good because they provide good treatment. But that is only one part of the story. If you look at how do you actually interact with hospital in today's environment, is like you get into the main door, and from there you go through various processes, and then you eventually be treated or seen by the doctor. You get admitted, then medicines are administered, procedures are done. In this process, you interact with a lot of staff of the hospital. There are admin staff, there are cleaning staff, there are healthcare workers, there are doctors, there are dietitians, security, whole lot of different kinds of people that you interact with, and then pharmacy, pathology, and then you get treated, then you are discharged from the hospital. Then there's a discharge process, payment process, so you interact with finance. So if you look at the hospital, it's not only the doctor which matters, it is the entire workflow of when patient walks in till the time the patient goes out. So if there is a hospital which is actually taking care of all of these points, touch points where the patients are getting treated, then overall picture of the hospital looks very good. So it's the overall experience that the patients are looking at. Now in this case, because we are taking an example of the hospital, patients are the customers because they are paying for their services. However, if the hospital only looks at treatment, that means they look at the best doctors, but then the overall experience does not count, then the customer, in this case the patients, will not carry a very good image because there will be a lot of queues, they will be spending a lot of time in not so clean environment, etc., etc. So what is happening here is, doctor is one part of the story, but the overall niche of the hospital is the complete package. The hospital is saying that, look, if you come to me, you will not have any problem. Obviously the payment has to be made because you're availing my services, but then you will avail the top class services. Your issues, grievances, if any, will be handled immediately. In case of administration, we will not take a lot of time. There will be no delay in providing the treatment. We will take care of the administration on the side. So in order to take care of all these things and improve your service levels, you need to invest in those processes. So what is happening here is that the niche is really the overall picture. Now there could be businesses which may not require this kind of elaborate setup. There could be businesses which will only run on the quality aspect, which is also good. I'm not saying this is bad. That is also good. However, so quality becomes one key area for the client, because if your product is not good quality, over time your niche will have very little meaning. So you may say that your niche is there, but how do you know your customer feel that your niche is actually at the point where it is, where you are claiming it to be? So it is very important to identify your niche, but it is also important to make sure that your customer also feel about your niche in the same way you actually want to project it. So if this is not happening, then you need to fine tune your either delivery, service levels, quality, so that your niche remains at the top. Why this is important? Simply because your niche is the major portion of your brand value. Your brand value that you are trying to build, your sweet spot, your expertise, your niche area is a major part. It's a major component of your brand value. So if your niche erodes over time, your brand value also comes down drastically. So it's very, very important to focus on how do you get the feedback from the client and ensure your niche is identified by the client who actually pay you money, because you're running a company, and if your customer does not pay you, how you will actually justify the existence of the business? So you obviously want to grow, you want to have more and more client should talk good about you, and when you're projecting your message that, look, I am expert in this area, your client must also feel that. One of the method of identifying this whole aspect is to basically take the customer feedback. Now let's go back to the same example of hospital. When you get discharged, there is a feedback mechanism. Most of the large hospitals are doing that now, where they take feedback from the client. Hardly takes not more than 2 minutes, where you actually give feedback about each and every process of the hospital, from front office, help desk, administration, finance, nursing staff, doctors, operation theater, your wards, cleanliness, everything. Now this feedback is very important, and also if you want to appreciate one particular employee of the hospital, there is a provision to do that as well. And based on all of these feedback, which goes into some system, becomes part of a dashboard, and then the management of the hospital will be able to see, okay, fine, we are going down in this area, and in order to maintain our niche higher, we have to improve this particular area. Now if that happens, then they will be able to improve overall ambience, overall quality that the hospital is providing. Similarly, getting the customer feedback is an important aspect of collecting the niche from the client. Now there are various methods of doing that. There could be direct methods, there could be indirect methods, where you basically go and collect the feedback from the client. Now the feedback should not be like running for 10 minutes because it becomes boring, and then if you do it every time when the customer interacts, then it has to be very short, and then you can actually basically extrapolate using some data mining tools to identify what the customer is trying to tell you in terms of feedback. Is the customer happy, not happy? So designing this feedback mechanism is very important. And therefore, if you want to learn more tips and tricks about how do you create your niche in a step-by-step manner, join me in this masterclass, which is coming up on this Friday between 4 to 5 p.m. Where I will share some tips and tricks about how you can basically create your niche. You can make sure that the quality levels are high. What are the tips? What are the tricks? What are the tools to do all this? And if you want to learn this, please join me. The link to join this masterclass is given in the description below. Kindly click on the link and reserve your seat right now. So friends, thanks for joining me live in this particular video. I hope I was able to draw the point that why creating niche is important. Of course it is important, but then maintaining niche is also important, and customer feedback plays a major role in that. So thanks for watching me live, and I will catch you again in the next one. Bye for now.